All right, the Detroit Lions shake things up with two moves plus some injury updates. Let's get right into it. The Lions sign a veteran tight end, and they do this in response to Sam Laporta being a little banged up with a back. So they signed Anthony Fursker, who's 30 years old, spent last season with two teams. He was with the Jets and the Chiefs last season. Been around the league long time. Brock Wright obviously would take in that second tight end spot, but it's something to keep an eye on. The other thing that the Lions did that you're seeing more and more, and today finally our defensive coordinator addressed it, was we have been playing Roy Lopez way more, and that's the good news. The bad news is our first-round pick rookie defensive tackle, Tyleik Williams, has been playing less and less. Aleem McNeil's has come back. Roy Lopez has played more. And the guy just gets in there. He doesn't look like this super athlete, this stud defensive tackle. He's not Snacks Harrison or anybody else like that we've had. Sean Rogers. No. But he's in the backfield constantly. And here's what Shepard said. He overheard retired Lions center Frank Ragnow talking about how Lopez was the toughest nose tackle he faced last season, and that got Shepard wanting Lopez in Detroit as a rotational player in the center of his defense. So the good news is we've got depth and we've got like a core defensive tackle. If Roy Lopez plays at a high level, now all of a sudden you've got DJ Reader, Aleem McNeil, Roy Lopez, and Tyleik Williams all rotating in that defensive tackle spot. I love that we're playing the hot hand when it comes to that defensive tackle spot. Roy Lopez, fine. If that's who it's got to be, let's do it. Good news is that Aiden Hutchinson and Penei Sewell missed Wednesday's practice, but they're back at it today. So just a little precautionary rest. Love seeing that. Sam Laporta, Kirby Joseph, Terrion Arnold, not spotted at Thursday's practice. So that's an interesting one that we have to keep an eye on. Here, let me pull this up here. Yeah, Laporta missed back-to-back practices. So here's where I'm at with it is, in general, I think we all, knock on wood, are generally really healthy, pretty healthy, all things considered. Especially we've been there last year. We know all about how fast it can go south on us. So we're going to go play Sunday night against the Eagles. Really excited for this matchup. Eagles have been really good. We have been really good here for the last year or so, and we haven't crossed paths, and we get to do that because I'm curious about the Eagles. You don't see this dominant team that you're afraid of, but they win. And they make mistakes. Even last game, they make mistakes down at the end, that time clock management at the end of that game, and still win. There's this luck thing to them. It just feels like. I'm not saying that's what is actually going on. So we get to face them head to head and just see where we're at. And if we play a clean game, it's hard to imagine that we lose, right? We would just get beat. So it's going to be really good to see that. However, Sam Laporta, such a huge part of everything that we do. Not everything that we do, but he's just I think he does a lot that we don't realize, and he catches the ball when we need him. Just a great player. So that would suck if we don't have him. All right, special teams wise, we've been not great special teams for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Dave Phipp talked to the media today, and he said a couple things that he's not loving is that there's been low kicks from Bates. A couple have been blocked. Don't like that. And just kick return or kick off game. We got to cover better. Like, holy smokes, we got to cover better. That is something, when you're watching on TV, the guy catches it, and I know, we can get a running start. It's like, where are we? And then finally we come into the picture. It's like, man, and it feels like we have no return game, and we're allowing big returns. That's been frustrating. I'm surprised at how bad that's been. Another thing is Morton talked, and he said, we've seen an uptick on double teams on Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they're trying to see an uptick on double teams on J-Mo on third down as well. So that is why Sam Laporta becomes so much more important. You can't double team everybody. But with Laporta being out, it'll be interesting to see who the Lions look to. I know we've got so many weapons, and it's hard to just find this guy. But Tesla, man, love to see just some down the field, back shoulder, jump ball stuff with him. And I get it. Like, we're too good to be having to rely on just kind of like a 50-50 ball. However, if ever an offense gives it to us, it's like, absolutely. That's what makes me a little nervous about this game is I don't want us to be so pressed up there that Hurts is just going to do a 50-50 ball type thing, back shoulder thing, one-on-one to A.J. Brown. It's like, we don't need that, okay? Because Hurts can't throw. He's not a great quarterback. But I don't like that argument that he's not good. Clearly, he wins games. He's great for their offense, whatever. But I think when you look at the film, you can absolutely identify those areas of like, dude, this dude cannot read defense. Let's play zone this game like crazy. Make him read the defense, find the open spots in the zone. That's something I'll be looking for. I don't like when we don't do that. When we play man constantly. Okay, back to Tyleik Williams. Interesting here. He week 10, 52 PFF grade. He only played 8 snaps against Washington, which was I just really interesting. Aleem McNeil comes back, so we kind of expected, all right, he would take, but I just don't remember Tyleik Williams playing terrible. You know, or it's like, oh, good, Aleem's back. See ya. 8 snaps. Again, Roy Williams. Wow, there's a name for you. Roy Lopez. Hello. We put out on our community chat, which aging star that joined the Detroit Lions was the craziest? Do you remember these? Like, give me your thoughts, emotions. Everson Griffin, Adrian Peterson, Dante Culpepper, Dwight Freeney. I don't even remember Dwight Freeney. Adrian Peterson actually did some things. That was actually kind of fun. Like, dude, do something for us, man. This is awesome. Dante Culpepper, it's just wasn't there. Everson Griffin, he just dominated us for years with the Vikings. Then he comes over to us, and just by then you're old. Love it. So let me know in the comments your thoughts there. Eagles, it's all coming up. Can't wait to see it. Sunday Night Football is going to be awesome. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.